You know, different roster, pretty much turning over the whole roster in the offseason. You bring in a new GM, you bring in a new president, and the results continue to be the same. Good Thursday morning, everybody. Mac, back with another video. As always, do me a favor. Like, comment, subscribe, follow on Instagram, link in the box below. Talking about the Pens for a little bit in this one, as I'm trying to put out at least one Pens video a week, as you know, it's hard to cover two sports at the same time, let alone three, because I do anticipate putting out Chicago Bulls content as well. Pens blow it Tuesday to the Blackhawks on opening night, 4-2 at PPG Paints. And like I said, wash, rinse, repeat with this team. And I already know what yinz are going to say down in the comments below. Oh, Mac, you're being so negative. You're being too hard on the team. It's just the first game of the season. It's only one game. Yeah, I know. It's only one game. There's still 81 games to go. But here's the thing. It's not just one game. It's one game this season. The Pens, since last season, have now blown 13 games when the Pens had a lead in the third period. And let me tell you, Tuesday night, when the Pens had a 2-0 lead on Chicago, the Blackhawks scored a goal to make it 2-1. I did not have a good gut feeling. When the Blackhawks tied the game, I said right then and there in that third period, we lost. Because this team has no clutch and they have no idea how to finish off a game. And you'd expect that from a team of young guys, you know, players that are like in their late teens to early 20s. You'd expect that. You understand young teams like that, you know, they have a hard time learning how to win games. They have their hiccups here and there. And, you know, they just have, you know, they're learning how to finish up games. You understand that. The Pens are old. The Penguins have the oldest roster in the league. The average age on the Penguins is almost 31 years old. These are not kids. These are not 18, 19, 20-year-olds that just got called up to the league and are getting their feet wet and learning the NHL. These are players that have been in the league for years. Some of them have been in the league for almost 20 years. And they continue to blow games left and right. The only team that has blown more games than the Pens since last year are the San Jose Sharks. And the Sharks are a rebuilding team. And this Pens team, we gutted everything in the offseason because Sullivan still believes that this is a Stanley Cup team, that this is a playoff-bound team, and Mario Lemieux still believes that this is going to be a championship-caliber team. Championship-caliber teams know how to finish up games. And this team just don't have it. I just don't understand it. Nobody looked ready Tuesday night. Nobody was, you know, played with a sense of urgency in that third period. Nobody was aggressive. And Tristan Jarry is an absolute waste of money. Why we extended this bum for 5 years in the offseason will never register in my head. We were constantly stopped at the blue line. We never recovered. The Blackhawks, you know, you credit Peter Mrazek. He had a great game Tuesday night. But this team, every single time they shot the puck, they could never get it through the needle. You know, when they did score a goal, both goals had to be reviewed because they were questionable goals. And then, as expected, Tristan Jarry continues to just look lackadaisical out there, like he's just collecting his paycheck and goes through the motions. And that's what this Pens team is starting to look like right now. And it don't get easier because you play back-to-back nights coming up. You got the Capitals on Friday, and then you got Calgary on Saturday. Unbelievable. I mean, I'm almost at the point to where it's like, I expect this team to blow a third period lead. I really do. And like I said, they should not be having those mistakes with the experience that they have. These are not kids learning the game. But I'll tell you this, even though it's just the first game, and even though you are playing one of your biggest rivals on Friday night, here is how you get back on track. That guy, Erik Karlsson, that you brought in the offseason, use him. Because I don't even think I could recall a time where he was a factor on Tuesday night. Because you want to know what this guy is capable of doing with the team, aside from supposedly fixing up the defense? He creates secondary offense, especially with the power play opportunities. The Pens only had 2 power play opportunities on Tuesday night. Didn't take advantage of either one of them because Erik Karlsson was on a milk carton Tuesday night. But when you get him involved in that power play, he creates the most of it, and you could see it when the very few times he was out there, he was making it out with the third and fourth liners when the shift was on. Get Erik Karlsson involved, because it is pointless to just abandon him when you made that blockbuster trade in August to bring him on over and fix up that defense and create more secondary offense. And I'm just going to say it right now, and I don't care what any of you guys think. If this is another season where the Penguins fail to make the playoffs or even fail to win a playoff series, because this team has not won a playoff series in 5 years, going on 6. Granted, it was against the Flyers, and I will never complain about beating the Flyers at any juncture, but that was the last time this team won a playoff series. If we fail again this year, there are going to be screams from me about Mike Sullivan, because he has gone stale. The team looks uninspired. The team is old, and they have no clue how to finish up a game anymore. I will always appreciate the back-to-back cups that Sullivan brought us when he was hired as head coach in late 2015. So, Sully, I will always appreciate you for that. But guess what, brother? This is a what have you done for me lately league, just like every other sport. Just like the NFL is, just like the MLB is, just like the NBA is, and now just like the NHL is. It's a what have you done for me lately league, and lately you have been a massive choker. Especially in that playoff series against the Rangers a couple years ago. One thing to get outplayed by the Islanders, a good team, when they're clicking on all cylinders. But you blow a lead against the Rangers, and you especially get curb stomped in the qualifying round in 2020 against Montreal, a team that should have no business even being in that situation, which really started to make me question Sully. Those questions are going to become screams if we fail to make the playoffs or fail to win another playoff series this season. Yinz can bench on that. Pens, you're off to a bad start. Get it together, and get it together quickly. This is Mac checking on out for the day. Have a good one, everybody.